Hello everyone, this is the Leech, and I'm going to be bringing you a cast today from MLG Dallas in the pool play between LiquidTLO, the purple Terran here in the bottom left corner on Shakira's Plateau, and Painuser, the yellow Terran, in the top right corner here. If you'll notice here on Shakira's, in the MLG they actually made it so you can only spawn cross position, so kind of a cool change for them. Also, this is not the same map as the ladder. There is still these destructible rocks at the side of every base. So kind of a little old school. This should be a very exciting game. TLO is always one to bring on the good games for us us watchers here. I'm saying a lot, so I'll just apologize for that right now. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning, but I was really excited to see this game up and really wanted to cast it. TLO never has a dull game, so we will see what he decides to do today. Seeing a supply depots coming down from both players. I hope you guys enjoyed the dual cast, by the way, that myself and Pho did. And yes, I'm going to keep calling him Pho, even though it's Pho, the Vietnamese noodle soup thing. It was his first time, and he seemed to really enjoy it, so maybe we'll have some more of that for you in the future. And if you guys are enjoying the casts, once again, please subscribe so you can check it out. There is a barracks here coming down for Painuser. Not one for TLO yet, though. And usually TLO would have started one by now, so already he is starting to make us scratch our head a little bit, wondering what he's doing. Do see an SCV here heading somewhere, not sure where he's going to, probably just to go scout, and an additional scouting SCV here. Possibly, TLO, of course, cannot do anything normal, so he throws a command center down behind this brush here so that no one can see it. And as Painuser Scout is going to head over here, he is going to be completely confused as to what's going on, I'm sure. Painuser starting to get his orbital command. TLO is going to be a little bit behind because he cannot get that orbital until he finishes a barracks. So Painuser is going to come in here and start scouting and probably be very confused as to what's happening here. Here comes the barracks now for TLO in the top left corner, so still kind of hiding normal things in plain sight just to throw off his opponent a little bit, and it always makes the game a little more interesting. So Painuser walked in here, did not see what he wanted to see, which is something completely normal. And if we look at his sight here, he didn't even see that barracks, so he's still wondering what the hay is going on here and what is TLO doing. TLO known for his very creative play. Painuser though is a very solid Terran, and we'll see how he reacts to this. Second barracks now coming down for TLO, as well as the refinery. And Painuser's is going to start scouting around, looking for proxies, wondering if a rush is coming, just trying to figure out what TLO is trying to do here. So he's going to leave, he's going to come back, and just kind of start searching around everywhere to see if he missed something. He's scratching his head right now, going, TLO, you son of a bee. He's getting a bunker down at his front here, Painuser. And TLO is a little bit behind on the supply, but that will catch up once he gets that expansion up and going, and we'll see where he decides to land that. He is morphing into an orbital command right now, and TLO has been known to take random expansions around the map, especially when he plays Zerg. He likes to do that. It doesn't always work out well for him, but hidden expansions sometimes can make a big deal in the game and really save you if you fall behind. Painuser is going to be scouting all over the place here to try and find out where the either proxy racks or command center is, and he is not going to find it yet. TLO is going to come up and land it at his natural expansion, so very cool play by him. Once again, just hiding normal things. It's a very normal thing to... actually, it's not a normal thing to go command center before your first barracks, but it is a normal thing to expand your natural expansion, especially fairly early in Terran vs. Terran on cross positions. Do you see some units here from Painuser heading up to start pounding away at these rocks to give himself a few avenues of attack to TLO, and TLO's getting his second gas right now as we see Painuser coming down with his command center now and with a starport on this tech lab, so possibly going to be seeing some Banshee play out of him, which can be very obnoxious. He is also getting a Hellion, and this money scan here by TLO is going to catch all of this, and he's going to know exactly what he needs to do in order to defend against this. So taking a look at TLO's front right now, he is getting a bunker down, and this command center about to finish up for Painuser. TLO just pumping some SCVs and throwing his mules down. Normal stuff. Getting a starport as well for TLO. Command center just now finishing up for Painuser, and he does have his first Banshee on the way. We'll see if he decides to get the cloaking with that as well. So far no go on that, but he does have 150 gas saved up and 200 minerals, so he can get that in just a few moments here if he so chooses. These rocks still going down with Painuser's few Marines here, and Painuser is controlling this Selnaga tower here, so has some good vision. Hellion tried to come in and do some damage, but quickly is going to run away after it sees this bunker here. Siege tank coming out for Painuser, and this Banshee's about 80% done. 2 starports coming down now for TLO, so he has that first one started, and he's going to land it on the tech lab as well, and this second one is right here. Another tech lab being created on this factory, so we'll see if he decides to switch that off with this starport or not. These Marines are just about to take these rocks down, just a few more hits left. A Raven coming out from TLO, so after seeing that starport on the tech lab, he knows that it's a very good possibility that Cloak Banshee is going to be coming, so he's just going to get his Raven out, get a Viking out with it, and easily be able to fend that off there. Very interesting play by him. TLO can be a very reactive player when he chooses to be, but usually he likes to do some strange strategies to really throw his opponents off, like, I don't know, build a command center before a barracks, and then float it into his natural. So we do see some Hellions now coming out for TLO. We are seeing Siege mode for Painuser and a Siege tank almost finished up for him, as well as more Marines and a few bunkers coming down as well. Looking at the supply, TLO is 6 ahead right now, and we'll see how many of that is Harvesters. TLO is actually 10 Harvesters ahead right now. This Banshee is coming to do damage now, but this Viking and Raven are right here, ready to start taking it out, and this Viking should kill this. Actually, no, he's probably not going to. This Banshee will probably get away, and TLO is smartly going to bring his Viking and Raven back home here. Cloaking actually coming for TLO here, getting some Banshees out himself and finishing up an engineering base, so probably throwing down some turrets to keep himself safe. We do see Stim coming down for Painuser. Siege mode is almost finishing up, and another Banshee on the way. Stim now, with its ungodly amount of time it takes to learn, or research if you will, it's good to get that started even earlier than normal. I do see a few groups of Marines and some siege tanks and such heading out for Painuser. Easily going to drop this Hellion here, and we'll see where he really decides to go with this push. And I kind of like this move by him, where he pokes forward, you know, he kills the Hellion. TLO might be thinking, oh, okay, I got to be ready to defend this, and really there's nothing coming. TLO's cloaking is almost finished. This Raven's just sitting here getting some energy back. And TLO did get his expansion up once again a lot earlier than Painuser, so he is still almost 10 SCVs ahead. If we take a look at the units lost tab, it looks like TLO is about 400 behind, but his income is much higher right now than Painuser by about 300. So good play by him. Good play by him. Painuser is just kind of searching around with this Banshee to see if he can see anything tricky, and a Banshee is coming out here for TLO, just clearing out the watchtowers here, and it looks like he's going to head up north to this one as well, where he'll easily be able to take out that Hellion. More Banshees coming out for TLO, just one right now. Siege mode coming down for him, and another command center coming down for Painuser, which he's building in TLO's favorite little nook here. Probably will just float it up to this third position here. Very normal place to take your third, especially as a Terran. Do have this Banshee almost finishing up for TLO. Siege mode getting close to finishing, and he's now just starting his stim, as well as level 1 upgrades for his ground units. Just about to finish up as well. And he also does have a command center coming. Where is he building his, though? Oh, right here. Okay, so he'll float that. I'm not sure where he's actually going to bring that. Usually he would build it somewhat closer to this third if that's where he was going to land it, so we'll see what he decides to do with that. More siege tanks coming out for both players, and both players, of course, still constantly pumping out those SCVs. So this command center here finished for TLO, or for Painuser, and TLO trying to do some damage around here. And with Painuser not having the Raven support there, oh, TLO actually loses the Banshee, but TLO not having the Raven support, sorry, Painuser's not having the Raven support, and also a drop coming from Painuser, but it's shut down quickly by TLO. He drops the medevac with 8 Marines, and that has gotta hurt. If you take a look at the supply now, Painuser at 84, TLO at 110, and losing a medevac full of Marines really hurts. A fusion core coming down from TLO. I am so excited. We're going to get to see some battlecruiser play. Going to be friggin' awesome. Another orbital command coming in from TLO at this location right here, and I can only assume he's going to be taking the Smiley Face expansion right here. Viking and Banshee here in the middle for TLO, and TLO is actually going to lose both of those. Very interesting, though. Painuser still has a full energy Banshee sitting there, but he does not have cloaking, so it's not going to be able to do much. There is a few tanks here out for TLO. Banshee, a Raven, Marines, just normal stuff for TLO. He gets such a nice mixture of units, and it's always fun to watch him play because you never know how he's going to micro or how he's going to set up or position his units. Taking a look at the units, SCVs, 10 more still for TLO. TLO's 1 tank behind. He does have almost twice as many Marines and that Raven. So, yeah, very interesting mix of units. 1 battlecruiser on the way, so hopefully we will get to hear that battlecruiser operational, and we'll get to see some ownage battlecruiser play, especially when these when you get these stalemates with tanks and you get some battlecruisers in there with the new speed upgrade. It's very exciting to watch. IMMVP had a very awesome game doing that in the GSL recently, and it was so freaking awesome just to watch it bust out battlecruisers. And it was the day that the patch came out, so it totally was not expected. TLO going to be pushing in and taking out a few tanks from Painuser. He did lose some Marines, but no big deal. Marines are easy to replace. 2 battlecruisers on the way now. So we'll see if he does actually have one out. He does not have one out yet, but he does have those 2 on the way. Painuser getting upgrades for his ground. Yeah, Tyrant vehicle weapons 1. Level 1, 3 reactors coming down for TLO. Probably all going to be on barracks. Yep, all come down on the barracks here. Some missile turrets coming down for Painuser, and level 1 weapons coming down for him as well. 2 battlecruisers about to finish for TLO, so we'll just see how he decides to go about this. He might want to hide him for a bit and then bring him out after a long stalemate has occurred. Painuser does have his 3rd down here, and TLO has taken his 3rd up here. So both guys expanding very aggressively, and TLO still has a 20 supply lead over Painuser, 145 to 125. And TLO still doing some Banshee harass here, just taking out some Marines that are out by themselves. He needs to be careful though, because if they decide to scan, nope, never mind, not worth it now, because he's going to kill all of those Marines. TLO throwing down another command center now close to this expansion up here, and I'm sure that's where it'll be going. He is getting a 2nd armory as well. TLO deciding to stim into this army, which is a lot larger than his, and I'm not sure how this is going to go over for him. He's probably going to lose all of his units here. TLO does have this Banshee though, and nothing is able to kill him right now. So TLO is actually going to pull back, even though there's a bunch of siege tanks here just waiting to die. That's an interesting choice by him. He does throw down 2 point defense drones here to keep himself alive. More Marines and battlecruisers and some Vikings coming out for TLO. So knowing that Vikings can still technically kite battlecruisers, he's going to get some Viking support for those. We'll see when he decides to start moving out these battlecruisers. Where does he hide them? Right in the middle of his base. So smart choice by him. He doesn't want to reveal this tech just yet. TLO actually does drop some tanks here and takes out this expansion of Painuser. I'm sorry I missed that. There's a lot going on here. And Painuser trying to clean it up, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to. He might try to move in here. He does have more tanks than TLO has in this location, but moving into siege tanks isn't always the greatest idea. He is going to be able to clean that up, no problem. Another orbital command coming down from TLO at this base. Painuser is throwing down another expansion here to recoup that loss from his 3rd. Painuser is still about 10 supply behind. And more battlecruisers coming out from TLO, and he's starting to push with 2 battlecruisers, 2 Vikings, and a grip of Marines. So this should be very entertaining. At the same time, Painuser is going to be pushing down here at the Smiley's Face expansion of TLO, and TLO is not going to be able to hold this. We'll see. TLO is going to lift off actually and just kind of get the heck out of there. No point in sticking around. TLO has a randomly siege tank here, and it's going to start doing damage to everything. And here comes the surprise of the battlecruisers. Painuser is going to be crapping himself right now as these battlecruisers sneak in here, and his tanks are going to be unsieging, and he is going to be running like all get out. Or he could just sit there, I guess. Yeah, that works too, I suppose. He is getting ground units level 2 upgrade. And Painuser's just moving into the main of TLO, deciding, hey, let's just go for a base trade and see what happens here. TLO also has an expansion being thrown down right here. It was picked up from the Smiley Face and landed there. And TLO pushing at the same time with these battlecruisers. There's nothing that's going to be able to touch these. And there's the GG from Painuser. So very epic game, of course, from TLO. What else would we ever expect from him? TLO, thank you so much for using battlecruisers. I love battlecruiser games, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did. Once again, this is from the MLG group play. So this is a best of 3, and I'll be bringing you game 2 here shortly. Thank you for watching.